find differences from the sim to the reality?
That's something I have to ask, bro.
For me, it's completely different, to be honest. Getting yourself around the track with the layout, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's quite fixed, although...
I spent the weekend with Pro GT driver who used sim racing as a tool, sharing his personal opinion about sim versus real, and at the end, I surprised him with something which proves that even those pro guys can get full joy of our sim hobby.
No way!
But let's start from the beginning. I believe we are unique creatures with unique perspective about the physical world, which can create arguments and never-ending fights between us over subjective personal experiences. If you think about it, there must be universal mathematical truth about everything, but we still argue with each other because we choose to believe our own senses. Is that a bad thing? Well, for me personally is the beauty of life, or at least the way I choose to think and go through life, expecting we are all different and respect other people's points of view created from their own senses and personal experiences. As I've said before, I spent the weekend on the Green Hill with professional GT driver who also happened to use sim racing as a tool, and while collecting information about the differences between my sim and real world, I tried to understand his perspective and how he used the sim for his advantage. Pavel Lefterov has very long and successful career and also top driver coach, so I had to test his skills differently. Instead of making introduction, I wanted to test his memory under load, but after 18 years on the track with so many different cars, his muscle memory ride us around the track while having conversation, and what strikes me a lot was the speed difference between professional driver with normal car and enthusiasts with racing and supercars. That being said, let's dive in the experience.
Can we push while we ask questions, or
Yes, so
you can edit?
So here is the goal. I will try to make that run quite interesting and load your brain a little bit
For me, it's okay.
while you're pushing the car.
I don't do
If I can read the notes.
that. That's your problem. I need to answer.
Yep, 2015 GT4 class.
One of my favorite years.
Yeah.
You're gonna puke up
So-
on it.
Were you the second youngest guy in the championship?
No, I was the youngest.
Good one. Good memory.
I was the youngest. I didn't have a license back then. You know?
And did you finish like 5th in your first race?
Actually, I finished I think 8th, and I was 3rd in class.
That's correct. Next interesting question.
Here it goes the cube.
Same year, Messano. Wet conditions?
I won with 27 seconds gap.
Actually 28.
I lifted in the end. That was the race. I was extremely pissed because I could have won the championship. I finished 2nd because the car broke the day before I was leading the race. So if I would have won the race before, we would be finished 1st in the championship. We lost by 10 points.
My god.
So I remember that, and I was so pissed off in the 2nd race. I just decided to, you know, push as hard as possible, and at some point the team was trying to convince me to back off and don't risk. And I just plugged the radio off and said, fuck off, I'm pushing.
Man. Actually, the net is very excited about those results. 2016.
Yes.
In which championship you become a champion?
DDC, Deutsche Tourenwagen Cup,
With what car?
Volkswagen.
Scirocco. That's correct.
Volkswagen Scirocco. Complete shitbox. Now we're gonna get him directly on the left one.
Man, this is fucking insane section. Woohoo!
So,
Those tires are quite good.
Oh, Chinese tires?
The Chinese one. Really exciting. Here we go. This is the corner for the big post. Another question, 2018. You run with the Lambo Nurburgring. Yes, Super Trofeo. How that race end?
I think we've done a podium, 3rd position, and I've done in the same weekend BMW M2 GT4.
Thank you very much.
Now it's gonna be difficult for you. Now you're sweating.
So let me try to read in that difficult part. This is actually my favorite part of the ring. Man, it's crazy. Actually, we were watching an hour before.
Look at that.
Right here. Good!
Smoked.
And there is the YouTube corner. It's such a cool experience. I just forget to read my notes. My God. In sim I crash most of the times here. So I just realized you answered my next 2 questions. So it's such a cool experience, bro. I love it, man. I fucking love it. So lastly, there was a lot of questions, but you did like too quickly that lap. Guys, I don't have the time to ask all the questions.
Never had a taxi lap on this track?
No.
You find differences from the sim to the reality?
Yeah, that's something I have to ask, bro.
For me, it's completely different, to be honest. The whole experience
that's something.
Like lines and getting yourself around the track with the layout, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's quite fixed, although, for example, the big curb down to Fuchsrohr, it's still not fixed in Iracing. It's still the small one you can actually ride. We used to ride that one in 2021 and 2. Then they changed it, I think, in 23 or 24. And yeah, there are some differences on the curbs and bumps, but from the layout perspective, it's okay. I'm just, you're never prepared for what you can expect when you get in the car, because the track is way more bumpy. It's really going up and down all the time. All the different bumps that are actually not in the game there, or you don't feel them in the sim. So
which is the sim you practice the most, actually?
Iracing. I think that's the best.
Okay,
I believe that's the best.
Yeah, that's for sure my favorite. The last weekend I spent doing 12 races with the BMW M2 on Iracing.
It's the worst car on Iracing. I hate it. I hate it in my bones.
My God.
It's the worst car ever.
Why you say that?
Iracing.
Why you say that?
Yeah, because it's just moving all the time. I mean, that one is moving still, and it's in some way it's similar to the CS one. but they over-exaggerated with the instability
Yeah?
of the car. They did.
Yeah.
It's not so bad. You
Yeah,
feel
that
it's not
was-
so bad. Like you feel that it's
I-
Miata style. You know, you always
Yeah.
play with the wheel and you slide it. But come on, man, come on. I mean, my friend did 20 crashes on the Nordschleife and he quit. He said, "I'm gonna fix the setup." You know how he fixed the setup?
Yeah.
He put the M4 GT4.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was because I spent a lot of time on GT3 cars on this track in iRacing, and when I started driving the M2, it was my first drive, so it was like really difficult to stay on road. Like with the GT3 you can really push.
Yeah, it's nice. You have the feeling.
And with that BMW, you have to really use the brakes and lift on many places. And
And it has a pretty good throttle steer. You can work a lot with the throttle. Actually, there was a car crash on the entry of T13. Did you see that?
so we will probably. Woohoo! So we will discuss sim racing at another point. There is another yellow flag, or is the same yellow flag probably. Yeah, that must be the same yellow
It's
flag.
crashes on TF.
Yeah.
You know the good thing about TF, anyone with any car, with any vehicle can get on track. Saturday and Sunday from the morning to the afternoon, late afternoon, and then during the day from 5 to 7. But during weekends, it's just horrendous. It's always yellow flag, always people that are coming on the track for the first time. It's just crazy. I prefer to come here during the week, spend some time, just maybe 2 hours, but you can run like the track is for you own. You have like maybe 50, 60 cars on it, and that's the best time. That's really the best time.
So more real racing questions. This year you moved to LMP3.
Yeah, it was a big surprise for me. I was actually in Bahrain coaching with the GT3 Cup. A customer who was fighting for the championship, Bulgarian guy living in US, and I got the call from France literally Wednesday evening, and I was about to fly to Qatar for the last race, and I had like 30 minutes to make a decision whether I should get on the plane because I didn't have a helmet, I didn't have any equipment with me, so no preparation, never been driving the car. I mean, just because it was Spa, I said yes, I'm gonna do it, but I made a decision. I decided to risk and go there because, you know, as a professional, the worst thing is to go somewhere unprepared and show bad performance. Then you are basically making very bad name for yourself and you never get the call again. So it was kind of risk, but we went there. I was quite quick straight from the beginning. In the first free practice, I managed to improve our pro drivers that time by 7/10. And you know, it was kind of no pressure thing because friends told me before FP1, you're only here because you're giving us 5 seconds advantage in the box, because when it's one driver you get the 5 seconds handicap because he's warmed up and he doesn't lose time in the box. So basically, he basically told me if I'm slow in FP1, he's gonna kick me off. So I managed to beat the lap time, and I decided to come back to him. I was like, okay, should I collect my stuff and fuck off, or I should stay? And I think this was the first moment we get like mutual trust and mutual respect, and from then on we won the first race at Spa. We finished 2 times second in Hockenheim, 2 wins in a row in Lausitzring. We were in Nurburgring last weekend. We won the second race. We finished second in the first race, so we're leading the championship by 54 points, and it's been like amazing so far. I really enjoy every second behind the wheel of the car, and my teammate Danny is just one of the best guys in the field of LMPs, and he's helping me quite a lot with all the data and stuff, and I think we are like a perfect lineup. We've done the 24 hours together. He was on the car. He's a pretty quick kid, 21 years old, extremely motivated. And
Man, that is really impressive, because like you finished in 8 starts, you took 4 wins, 3 second places, 1/3,
Yes.
and I think in next race on Nurburgring GP,
I hope
if you gain some points,
yeah.
you will become champions.
It's still not clear because we might be disqualified from one of the races at Hockenheim because we used the fuel from Spa and it turned out it's not allowed. So I think they might get some of our points out, like 20 points out, which means that even if we do very well in Nurburgring, we might have to go to Red Bull Ring.
Okay.
But for me, it's
That makes
more time in the car. It's better.
That makes things more interesting. That's cool. So,
You realize we are driving 250 down here. Uphill, jumping around.
woohoo! I can't keep the camera, guys. I'm trying really hard. So, what was the biggest difference transitioning to prototype car?
Boy, it's a lot more different. Like, first you're sitting on the right side, all your like points, where your tires are, where is the apex completely fucked. So you really have to take care about that. First time at Spa I was hitting bumps just because I didn't know that my left tires were where they are, you know. And no ABS, basically we don't use traction control, we have it but we don't use it because it doesn't work very well. And you're in a stiff platform, much stiffer than GT3. It's always bumpy, always bottoming out. For sure you get like more G in the car. You need to be confident in the brakes, and the most difficult thing, you need to be confident with the aero. Like Spa, to get Eau Rouge flat it took me 6 laps, but the 6th lap I was like this. And then once you do it, you realize, oh, the car is actually working better when you go flat, but you need the balls and like you need to push it. Come on, I cannot wait anymore. To play, you know?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't like to play.
Yeah, you need some competition here on Tourist Planet. So, is iRacing actually useful for the LMP3?
To be honest, LMP3 is quite close because it's really difficult to drive on iRacing. That's how it is in real life. GT3 is way too easy. Like all the people running GT3s, they run it because they like the way the car drives, but honestly I find so many differences. Like it took me maybe 2 stints to do shred and kreuz and put flats flat, when Sima do it in the first lap with both tires. And I tell you, not many cars do that. Like usually you can go shred and kreuz flat with the perfect car, perfect setup, new tires only in quali with low fuel. And I've done that in the race. But to do that, like you really need a confidence. You need a good setup, you need a good car. We are running, of course, Michelin confidential tires, so this is the best rubber you can have on. And yeah, and it was so satisfying when I got it, because you see like 270 top speed and then 267 minimum speed in the corner on the apex. You're like, oh, I've done it. I have it on data. And actually,
after going around Green Hill close to the limits with almost stock car, here is what I think. The G-force differences will always be the main part which will separate sim from real. That is one extra layer of forces we have to deal with while controlling the inputs, and no motion will ever be capable to give that. Spending entire weekend with the M2 on iRacing, I can see tons of similarities how those behave on the track, and the inputs must be very close, but the G-forces in the real car really gives totally different experience to my brain. You know, that waving feeling of the chassis in iRacing here feels harsh and very bitey. I guess they need the same inputs, but brain interpretation of the experience is insanely different. When Pavel said totally different experience, I believe that will always be the case, and we have to be mad thinking sim rigs can fully compare to 250 km per hour moving car over bumpy roads. That makes no sense. However, that doesn't mean sim is not great tool for real driving skills and can be very, very fun as long as we allow our brains to get immersed. I have been on both sides and I love them both. Sim racing is a very cool world, and as you can see, even real pro drivers can get excited with sim racing toys, and that says a lot.
Ти имаш рожден, аз получавам подарък. Живота е нечестен.
Сори, не знаех, брат. Ако знаех,
живота.
чакай сега да видим. Поема вътре да гледам.
The Holy Grail. Oh. No way! Oh man! Man! Where did you get that from?
That is mine. But
No
now,
way.
But now it's your...
No!
Yeah!
No, you said that.
No, you
like
need
it.
You need it more than me.
Oh, I want to hug you. You're unbelievable. Thank you so much.
I look for...
Thank you so much.
I look for somebody
Oh, it's
to
a
make
dream.
something.
It's a dream,
But-
man.
You gave it to the right person, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know.
Man, it's the original pedal shifts. On the real car with original buttons everywhere.
I couldn't tell. You out of the two of us, you are the only one who driven the actual car. So